So something fun that my family does in March is read this book, How to Catch a Leprechaun, because leprechauns come and visit us all through the month of March up until St. Patrick's Day. So I thought I'd share this book. That's the title, How to Catch a Leprechaun. And the words are by Adam Wallace. That means that Adam Wallace is the author. And then the pictures are by Andy Elkerton. That means that Andy is the illustrator. And I'm wondering if you can take a look here and see what your prediction might be. Think about what your prediction might be. Do you think that the characters catch a leprechaun or not catch the leprechaun? A leprechaun is a mythical character, which means it might be pretend. That is a traditional story in Ireland, which is another country. So let's see what happens in this story, How to Catch a Leprechaun. Here we go. The night is dark, the streets are quiet, St. Patrick's Day is near. I tap my hammer so you'll know the leprechaun is here. I heard some rhyming words. Near rhymes with here. That's right, that is a rhyme. And see the text here? The word St. Patrick's Day is in the color green and the other text is white. I wonder why the author did that. Maybe the author and the illustrator were trying to draw attention to the words St. Patrick's Day. I'll pull out all your laces, put glitter in your hair. It sounds like the leprechaun is telling us their plan. And the word glitter here is kind of sparkly. Do you see that? It looks like the author and the illustrator tried to make the word glitter appear like actual sparkly glitter. And then this page says, and when you walk around, you'll see my gold coins everywhere. And there they are. And there's that word gold. And it's even got the color gold for its text. You'll never catch me in your trap, but yes, I'll make a scene. I'll turn the whole place upside down. Your toilet will be green. And the word green is in the color green. And it looks like the toilet in this illustration really is green. And I spy some text in the illustration in the picture. It says emerald, right there, emerald green. I'll show you up close. That leprechaun is playing a lot of tricks, it looks like. House number 1, I'm going in. Really? That's your trap? That's what it says there. Really? That's your trap? I'm in and out without a doubt. That one was a snap. And look, you can see that the word snap is going up while all the other text is in a straight line. Maybe because the word snap is kind of a sound and not just a word. And now I think it's getting worse. A shoebox on a stick? I'll dance a jig and still escape. We leprechauns are quick. Did you find the word with the different text here? Yeah, it's the word jig. That's a kind of dance that they do in Ireland. People, it's a cultural dance there, jig. They use their feet and move their feet really fast. And I see that text is kind of moving up and down like the word snap did because it maybe describes a movement. Ooh, here's another page with some tricks I see. What do you think the trick here that the leprechaun played was? Maybe. Another house. I fixed your shoes. They really were quite smelly. I'll eat the nuts you left as bait and leave with a full belly. And the leprechaun instead took the shoes and put them in the sink with soap and water. Is that how you wash your shoes at home? Lots of ways to wash shoes. And then there's that word smelly. Right there, that word smelly. And it's bigger than the rest of the text. I wonder if the author and illustrator wanted that word to stand out. Now you're talking, look at this. It's dandelion tea. But I'm too speedy for your trap. This tea is mine for free. free and tea. I heard some more rhymes, and I see that this illustration shows the leprechaun kind of running away here after he drank the tea they left out as bait. It's a lot happening in that picture. I know you want my pot of gold. That iron cage was clever. But I've been alive 200 years. You won't catch me ever. There's a lot happening with this text. These words, iron, cage, are in big, bold print. I'll move it closer. You'll see on the page that there is something written in the text that's not made up of letters. Do you see what that is? I'll creep my finger over. Yeah, it's right there. It's the number 200. All the other words in the text are made of letters, but that is number. It says 200 years. You won't catch me ever. Ha 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 ha. It's kind of a laugh. And they're all over the page. Do you kind of bounce all over the room when you laugh? Ha 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 ha. That must be why the author and illustrator put those words in the text. Just like that. Now you're getting fancy, but I'll escape with twinkle toes. It's a fancy, pantsy, dancy. Look at those three words all end with Y. And that Y sounds like an E. Very tricky, but they're rhymes. Fancy, pantsy, dancy. It seems to me an engineer has helped with this design. Too bad this little leprechaun is going to be just fine. Do you see the word engineer there? I also saw some blueprints in the illustration. I'm wondering if the word engineer is written in blue text or typed in blue text because engineers sometimes use blueprints for their plans. I noticed that there are a stack of books here, and the titles of the books are on the binding. It says How to Make Stuff, Be a Brain Box, Engineering for Beginners, First Aid, and then a book about Ireland, it looks like. And I see that right here, this character is holding blueprints that match that text engineer. I wonder if the word engineer is in blue because it matches the blueprints that engineers use as a plan to build things. Ooh, look at this. Look at this text. Your entire house is one big trap from the ceiling to the floor. Nice try indeed, but soon enough, I'll stroll right out the door. And then I notice in the illustration there's a sign with words on it. Totally safe place for leprechauns. I wonder if that's part of the trap to make them think it's a safe place. And I also see something I'm wondering about. See right here that those words are big and uppercase and red. I'm wondering why the author and illustrator thought to do that. Do you have any ideas? Lots of possibilities. The leprechaun begone 3000 gave me quite a scare. But without a four-leaf clover, I won't be caught in there. And there's some really interesting text here. If I move up really close, you'll see that there are the letters T and M right next to the leprechaun begone 3000. And those letters stand for trademark, which implies that somebody created an invention that's called the Leprechaun Begone 3000 and then trademarked it, which means they made it their own so that nobody else can call anything that they invent the Leprechaun Begone 3000. So if you ever see those little TM, now you know what it means. Trademark. You'll never catch this leprechaun. Impossible, that's a fact. Unless one day a brilliant child designs the perfect trap. I wonder what the perfect trap would be. Do you have any ideas? There's a lot of ideas. A lot of right answers. But who will that child be? I see all these characters in the story look like they are working hard on making plans for a leprechaun trap. Some of them are writing or drawing, and some of them are actually building them. Ooh, but here's that leprechaun hiding. We never see his face, huh? And it says, better luck next year. And he's got a calendar, and he must be making his plan because there's his pot of gold. You know, a story in Ireland that they tell a lot of children there is that a leprechaun lives at the end of the rainbow. And if you ever get to catch a leprechaun or see a leprechaun, the leprechaun has to give you their gold from their pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So I wish you all well in thinking of fun ways to catch a leprechaun this March. And that's what my family does to celebrate. So thanks for listening.